Primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off.
And Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you have some meat on your bone.
Oh, man, we are ready to go. This time next week, you will be knee-deep in whatever it is you do to prepare for draft night. You won't necessarily be preparing for Jaguars draft night, but high noon next week, you'll be thinking, oh, man, we know what the first pick's going to be, but what is the rest of it going to look like? So you definitely got the NFL draft on your brain, and we will help with that today as we go along. We got our mid-week mock a day late. We always like to kick it from Wednesday to Thursday, and so we will get on the clock, and we will roll through our selections. And this is the last one, gentlemen. This is the last one. And I'm just going to say, because sometimes I think we've been over-mocked. So in honor of this being our last mock, I think that's worth a medallion. Okay? I think
it is.
The last one.
Either that was really loud or I had my headphones. That was really loud.
Well, I backed up.
That was good.
I tried to back it up just a little bit.
Man.
But it is it's the last, because I'm kind of mocked out.
Are you?
Well,
I enjoy that.
You like the exercise?
I do like the exercise. It's tedious, but
I feel like
enjoy
you guys started months later than normal this
did.
year, actually.
Yeah, we're desperate
What
for
happens
football.
when you're 13 and 4?
Yeah.
JJ?
Yeah.
Instead of October, instead of Halloween mocks or Thanksgiving mocks, we didn't really do it until really March. But the one thing that I will say to you, Big Sirs, and I 100% agree, is that over the last few years, the detail that we go into as far as looking at potential players for this football team, you learn quite a bit about who these guys are, and I keep an eye on a handful of them that I wanted here that ended up going somewhere
Big
else.
Citrus and you are basically best friends at this point.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I know you follow all his socials.
Of course.
And there's another thing. 13 and 4 does soften the blow a little bit. Just
Yes,
think
it
about
does.
the years where we were top 10, top 5, and say we can't miss on this guy, got to hit on this guy, that type of stuff.
You went from 8 to 18, basically, in that neighborhood with 1 year. From 8 to 18 with 1 year outside of the top 10.
Wow.
That's hard to believe.
Not really.
And really didn't pick that well.
Well, no, because we can go back over the first round picks. I think we might even do a little something just going over the second round picks, because there's some good second round picks that this football team has made through the years. You immediately think of one of your old teammates, Big Sirs.
Rankins.
Yeah.
Unique.
Yeah.
Miles Jack.
Yeah. There's definitely some, and Unique was a third rounder.
He was
but
third
still,
round. That's
yeah,
right. He
but
was
still,
third round. My bad.
There are plenty of other. MJD is another good, really good second rounder. So we'll get into a little bit of that as we get closer and closer to pick 56, the Lagerman selection, when the Jaguars are on the clock next Friday night. But NBA from last night, Steph Curry goes off. I saw the stat in play-in games, and this is now a new part of our NBA world, but he's had 35 points or more 4 times. And he's just now kind of coming back from injury and being 100% healthy. Anyway, he goes for 35, and they stay alive, the Golden State Warriors. The Magic lose last night. I'm driving home from the golf club of Southampton, and I heard the hacker, violin music should be playing right now. The resignation that he had in his voice with the Magic going down last night, it was unreal. He's just
wow.
He had it. He had it. He was firing people, benching players, all kinds of stuff.
You know, ironically, if they win the next game against Charlotte, I think they set up better against Detroit than they would have against Boston.
Okay.
But they still have to beat Charlotte, which it looks very unlikely at this point. They're just so bad.
Yeah. And the Hornets are kind of...
They're on the up.
Yeah,
while the
they're
Magic
definitely
are not.
Yeah, definitely on the up. And so anyway, we'll look a little bit at the association from the games last night. But primarily NFL draft talk. Now, coming out of this past week, we had some spring games. You got a few more coming up, and there's some position battles that are definitely up for grabs in a lot of college football cities. So we figured we got to feed the college football fan that is out there with a handful of things. But I was looking at it, and we may do this coming up in just a little bit, the number of positions that are quarterback positions, I should say, that are set in the big conferences. Which conference has the best set of quarterbacks that are coming back? We don't know who that next star is going to be that maybe a signal caller just now coming into the college football world. But you can definitely look at a lot of these college football quarterbacks. Just use Darian Mensah as an example. It's not like he's an unknown.
No, he's far from an unknown.
ACC champion.
He's led the conference.
He's the highest paid quarterback, highest paid player in college football.
Yeah,
actually.
and so it's not like he's an unknown, but he is brand new to that team. And so we'll have a little
There's
fun
some good games this weekend. Some good.
Yeah,
this is good games. There's some good spring scrimmages this weekend. There's Miami, of course, Auburn, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Texas, all holding.
Well, and it'll be televised though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
don't think
it's
so. Not like it was. Remember like 3 years ago they were like televising all of
every single
all of them.
ESPN Plus had basically every game. Now
I don't know why they're not doing that anymore.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one sees it,
right?
Because paranoia.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's really what it boils down to.
Listen, I saw a parent at the watering hole whose son is a running back at Bowles. He was on his way to the spring game at Miami.
Okay.
And the dad played at Notre Dame, and before he left, he threw up the U, and I was like, whoa. He said, it's all about my son now, Leon. I said, okay, all right. I thought I'd never see the day. But it happened.
Yeah, that is a worm turning that you never expected that worm to turn.
Miami's gotten some Jacksonville kids the last couple of years. And they just got the Mandarin 2028 kid quarterback.
And you can go all the way back.
They love Mandarin quarterback.
Yeah, you can go all the way back to the great Shaq Quarterman. He was one of the prize jewels that came out of the First Coast that went down there and played and started. I think he started all 4 years.
They just got a wide receiver from St. Aug, I believe, who was like a big recruit.
Right.
So not quite Jacksonville, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, First Coast, because there's plenty from the SJC that have gone, even Fleming Island, Oak Leaf, a handful of those over in Clay County as well has also gone down there. So, yeah, the First Coast, we've enjoyed quite a few good players that have come through here and gone on to Power 4, not just D1 schools, but Power 4 schools, and they definitely have shined. And like we just mentioned, Carson Beck shining in two zip codes, north of the border and then down south, that's for sure. So we did our midweek mock, and we had a quarterback discussion yesterday about was it yesterday or the day before, about whether or not this team would look at a quarterback middle of the draft, somewhere 4th round or beyond. I did have a guy pop up.
I did too.
So
I might have drafted him.
So did I. I may or may not have drafted him too.
Sure.
Okay.
I look at my notes.
All right.
I really hope it's not Cade Klubnik.
Yeah, it's not because
it's not Cade. It's not Cade.
We have a Cade Klubnik problem, and we're not biting on that apple anymore because I did it during his college football career more than once, thinking he was gonna just all of a sudden have that uptick, and he just never really did.
Do you remember when that came out, the top 100 college football players? ESPN had the top 100 football coming into last season, and Cade Klubnik was number 5. You remember that?
Yeah. It's a distant memory right now.
Wow.
Him and Garrett Nussmeier and all those other guys, for sure, it's a little bit of a distant memory because they all had such high hopes.
How about DJ Lagway?
Yeah.
There were some people that had Klubnik the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Well, they all were going to win the Heisman. We know that. DJ was going to win more than one.
Twice.
Yeah, more than one. And then Nussmeier, and really what Brian Kelly had done with Jaden Daniels previous to Garrett Nussmeier, you thought maybe this guy's got the potential to do the exact same thing. And none of that happened. And he was never really 100% healthy. At least that's
why you don't play on paper.
Yeah, he said he was hurt, like literally from camp on the entire season. He could not throw without literally hurting himself.
Yeah, and core injury.
It makes sense because he was good the year before.
He was. Core injury, I believe, and then ankle tendonitis, they said just would not go away. It was really, really bad for him. And so, yeah, that type of guy, you don't know if he does get healthy, if he becomes a different cat. Really hard to say, but those will be the guys we'll be watching. The Nussmeiers, the Klubniks of the world, any of those guys that you think it just did not work out for them on a college football field, and it could have been injury-induced or injury-led. I don't know, but I don't have a high opinion right now of Cade Klubnik and what he can be next level.
He might just need to get in a better environment.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't never give up on kids. Listen, I don't never give up on athletes. If you give it an opportunity, which they will, more than likely, they'll get drafted. You get to see, there you go, JJ. I feel for athletes.
Yeah.
If you get an opportunity, you seize that moment, man. You make the most of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, the other half of this, real quick, just to stay
That was beautiful.
Stay on Clemson for a hot minute, is that they got rid of their offensive coordinator. You start looking around, there have been a bunch of coordinators that have changed jobs that have been either fired, dismissed, or not renewed or whatever, and then other guys have been hired, and it did not work. The play caller, the quarterback that Dabo Swinney was counting on mightily, Matt, to lead the charge offensively, it did not come together,
which is weird.
All
it's weird that it didn't work with Garrett Riley because he was so proficient at TCU. Remember that TCU offense?
He came straight out of that Sonny Dykes.
They were. I mean, a lot of that was Sonny. Sonny's a really good offensive mind.
Right.
But
so it's almost like the other guy was getting a little too much credit.
I mean, Garrett Riley's good at what he does. It's just. Look, at some point it comes down to the players too. They didn't have their receivers weren't that good. Mm-hmm. It took Klubnik a lot longer than they thought to develop.
Right.
He started to develop finally not this last year, but the year before, and they had a big year. Had 41 total touchdowns, and he actually stayed in school when he probably could have left.
Yeah,
and maybe have been picked in the end of the first round.
Might want to rethink that bad boy.
Right.
Now.
Well, I mean, and then it's just they had problems blocking, and there was just so much stuff going on at Clemson on that offense.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't consistently put it together.
Yeah, agreed.
It was very strange how he did not just completely blossom as the OC there because he was the highest paid coordinator when he got that job. Offense or defense, the highest paid in college football.
Well, not only has Garrett Riley been bounced, Jim Knowles has gone from Ohio State to Penn State. Then that James Franklin fire led to him leaving there. He's now at Tennessee. There's a lot of other bigger name coordinators that are out there. Who is it? Is it Gary Patterson that's with Lincoln Riley now at USC? That's also a big hire.
Don't forget Brad White at Florida now.
Yes, you better believe it. I'm now part of Big Bourbon Nation, rooting him on. Okay, as the former
Buster Faulkner. Your OC.
Buster and Brad. I'm all about it, man. I'm all about it. That's BBN right now. Those two cats down in Gainesville. All right, so let's get it going. Let's start with our midweek mock draft a day late. We've got our media mock draft next Wednesday, but let's get into our selections coming up. You guys can join in 641-1010, hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. If you do have a mock that you want to showcase, you can just hit it with a pick, send it right straight to the text line.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Dan Hicken.
Doesn't it make your sphincter tingle?
Jeff Prosser.
I understand you're pretty funny as a DJ, and, well, comedy is a kind of hobby of mine. Well, actually, it's a little more than just a hobby.
Weekday mornings.
Reader's Digest is considering publishing 2 of my jokes.
Really?
On 1010XL.
Mark Watson here to tell you a little bit about hardballcreative.com. It's your online promo haven with thousands of ideas on how to promote your company. We're open 24/7, 365.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Rookies, free agents, and trade talk.
The ability to see the future and react to it. Now that is what I do.
The off-season is a time to tune up the roster.
I'm all ears.
Follow the road to the regular season with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
David Garrard here, and once again, I'm reporting good news about how good my knees are doing following PRP treatment at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For an old quarterback like me, my knees are in great shape.
You don't have to be a celebrity or a professional athlete to appreciate the everyday personal attention you'll receive at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For any orthopedic need, call on the pros at SOS.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to i9sports.com with summer and fall registration open right now, including girls volleyball at UNF and Bishop Snyder this summer, plus plenty of other sports on the First Coast. i9sports.com, enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, the Checkmate chess man.
At most companies, people start on the ground floor and work their way up to the corner office. At Checkmate, I started on the ground floor, and almost 20 years in, that's still where I am, making ground floors look awesome, one garage at a time.
Well, I started as a pawn and worked my way up to king.
No, you didn't. Some guy drew you as a king. I asked them to give you a roller, so at least you look like one of the guys.
Yes, I rather would have preferred a sword.
At Checkmate, I work personally with our teams to perfect the preparation and application techniques that make Checkmate floors beautiful and durable.
And I keep things classy with my adorable accent.
Beautiful floors?
Check. Guaranteed to last?
Check. The finishing touch your home deserves? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
18 minutes after the noon hour, XL Prime Time. If you're out and about hanging with us, we appreciate it. Listening on the app, the stream. You could be right there at your desk. The work from home, that's the WFHers. Whoever you are and however you get a little 1010 XL in your world, we appreciate it. That's for sure. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Sirs, and JJ. Big Sirs, have you ever found out that someone impersonated you and went and got money on your behalf? And basically duped somebody else and convinced them that they were Leon Cersei.
But when I was with the Jaguars, I remember somebody tried to impersonate me to get some rims on their truck.
Oh.
And then didn't know that the guys at the store knew who I was. He tried to get some, I applaud him for the tribe. But the guys like,
so just some random guy rolled up and was like, I'm Leon Cersei and I need some rims?
Yeah, he was trying to get the rims on the low or get them for free or whatever it was. And the guy's like, you're not Leon Cersei. I know Leon. He comes in here and gets his real rims.
Yeah, and the real Leon Cersei does, yeah.
Cersei,
so I got a story a little bit later on that we'll get to, but I just want to know if you've ever been impersonated and someone basically.
Yeah, I have.
So the one that I do remember, we were doing some appearance somewhere, and it was Jaguar related, and we had a player there or whatever, and we're going way back. Anyway, this guy rolls up in a limo, and he's wearing a number 20 jersey, and he passed himself off as Natron Means. And
as if he would wear his own jersey around.
His own jersey, and he was a little heavy. Natron could be a little heavy, right?
Yeah, he getting the 250s every now and then.
Yeah, and next thing you know, he had
after Thanksgiving, like a holiday,
and there were like Hooters girls there and whatever that were making the appearance. Next thing you know, he's got them in the limo. They're taking pictures, all kind. So it can happen. He went to the lengths of renting a limo and putting the jersey on and just rolling around Duval.
How'd you know it wasn't him?
Yeah, I did know.
So you didn't call him out in front of everybody.
No,
you just let it fly.
I was amused by the whole thing. I'm like, this is going down.
Stolen valor.
It was funny. So anyway, we'll get to the one that it's not funny for some of those guys. That's for sure. But time for our midweek mock, a day late. This is the last one that we will do on XL Primetime. Prioritize how you put your draft together. What were you looking for when you started this bad boy?
I was looking for newbies, all right? Because a lot of the same players started popping up.
I'm with you.
So, I reached on some players. Maybe
Did they reach back?
Okay.
Yeah, they reached back. Yeah. I went for best available.
All right, good. All right, let's hit it.
I didn't necessarily go for niche.
So
all right, here we go.
Go with your first couple.
All right, my first couple is at 56, 6'3", 293, Grayson Halton, defensive tackle, Oklahoma.
Okay.
All right. Scouts, disruptor 3 technique. He's an energetic gap-to-gap rusher who can threaten guards on the edge. All right, at number 81, 5'11", 193. This is one of my reaches. Cornerback, Keontae Scott, Miami.
Okay.
Dynamic playmaker. All right. Pro day 4.340.
Right.
12 starts, 64 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, and for 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
So
I've seen that Keontae Scott mocked around that time. And so but you like who you are getting there.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. So first 2 selections, Matty.
I got Malachi Lawrence, the edge from UCF at 56. Just a explosion off the edge. They need help. They need help badly.
Yeah, they do.
And then my number 2 at 81 is another area they need help and badly. And despite my better judgment and the pick on the simulator said A+, Caleb Banks, the defensive tackle from Florida. My hesitation is the injuries. He's had multiple injuries on the same foot.
Well,
that's my hesitation.
And so I had an opportunity to take him as well, and I hesitated. I don't like the idea that we're now looking at a guy that an injury just would not let him alone during the year, and then after that he still had to battle it once he got to the combine. And so I heard Tommy Mack on Helmets and Heels telling a story about how many foot injuries he had over the years. And it was interesting because now Tommy was able to battle through it. Not like it ended anything that he was in pursuit of, but it can haunt you. And he had a bunch of them. All right, so we'll see whether or not he makes it or not. All right, so I'm going to get to my first 2, and Big Sirs, I'm going to do what Matt does to me. I got value later with Grayson Halton, a little bit later on. So I went with Anthony Hill Jr., which is another guy that you have mocked before. And when I started looking at it, I'm like, okay, at pick 56, he's 6'2", he's 240, he's got 4.5 speed. He did a lot of good things in his final year, 69 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 4 sacks.
Good ball player.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And so I'm still trying to – he missed a couple games with a broken hand, but everything's fine there. I'd rather that wouldn't concern me nearly as much as maybe the foot of a Caleb Banks. Instinctive, athletic, under control, all that type of stuff. And I'm still looking for a guy that could be a good blitzer and edge rusher, that type of stuff. And he fits in that 4-3 mold. Then I went and got Grayson Halton. Okay, so I got him 81, 6'3", 292, like Big Search just said, and a guy that can motor, okay, strong and all that kind of stuff. So that's where I went with 81. Let's get to 88.
All right, 88. I've got 6'2", 226 linebacker out of Alabama, Deontay Lawson. All right, 15 starts, 89 tackles, sack and a half. Team captain. Team captain. It says he's a knifing inside gap run blitzer.
Love it.
That's another new explainer. Knifing.
Yes. Knifing. All right.
Interesting.
And at number 100, I've got a 6'3.5", 241 tight end out of North Carolina State, Justin Jolly. All right.
Good
11 starts, 49 receptions, 489 yards, 7 touchdowns. Says he's an undersized pass catcher with the ability to expand the route tree, and challenge man coverage.
He's not blocking anybody.
He's not blocking anybody.
Nope.
He's a flex.
So knifing.
Okay.
Knifing demon. What was the other one?
Yeah, the other one was a.
What was the other one?
He was a predator.
Sideline to
Predator.
sideline.
Predator.
Yeah.
He's a knifing demon predator.
Sideline predator.
Yeah, sideline predator.
Yeah. You only hear about that stuff in Revelations.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, give it to us.
All right, so my first 5 are all both lines of scrimmage. It's time to get beef.
Okay.
Big ass, big thighs.
It's interesting the way we are approaching this. All right.
My 88 is Agent Orange from Iowa State. I think we've all talked about Agent Orange.
He's my guy.
We know
Big
he is your guy.
Big Citrus.
That's Big Citrus.
And I will
That's his
have him
other
again.
nickname. Okay.
I will have him again at 88. It's the last time I'm going to draft him.
My 100 is Drew Shelton, the big offensive tackle from Penn State.
Uh-huh.
And at 124, I've got Cage Casey, who's the left tackle at Boise State, but he's going to play guard in the NFL. He's a really good player, by the way.
Okay, I looked at the Shelton kid from Penn State, and I kind of waffled a little bit, and that's why I feel like this the way it played out, I'm still addressing.
He's a mountain of a man, Joe.
Yeah. I was looking at the arm length and some of the experience and agility and athleticism.
May not be a demon.
Yeah, at that tackle position.
Or predator, right?
Yeah, that part.
So I went with Big Citrus, and seriously, if they are to land a guy like that, I really feel like they need to look at the rotational guy behind Devon Hamilton, obviously the next guy behind Eric Armstead. Those are huge for me. So you get Grayson Halton. He's a guy that can come in, not the same frame as Eric Armstead, but will be asked to be doing some of the same things. Then you get Big Citrus, 6'2", 322, nose tackle, and this is the part I love, at least from some of the scouting, good leverage and strength, a high floor run stopper. I will take that all day long. And then you get the next guy. I got Malik Muhammad as another guy that I thought was pretty good, 4.4 speed, 6 feet, a guy that can come in, and they say high-level instincts with a safe play style. So we'll see whether or not he can be an effective coverage defender, but that's what we're looking
Imagine if Agent Orange comes here. Big 6'3", 322 Agent Orange comes here.
Big Citrus. I love it.
You're going to be so happy.
I will love the hell out of that.
You will be so happy.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Keep it rolling.
All right. At 124, I've got a 6'3", 274-pound edge out of Alabama, L.T. Overton.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 12 starts, 42 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 4 sacks. Scouts say he has impressive power and rugged demeanor. Add mass and move him inside could be in his best interest.
By the way, I'm pretty sure he was on that Jimbo Fisher recruiting class, the one that Saban ripped.
Really?
I'm almost
the
positive
greatest of all time?
Yes, I'm almost positive he's from that
There's
class.
now a new greatest, but that was the greatest of all time.
I am almost positive he's from that class.
Yeah.
All right. At 164, I got a 5'11", 207-pound running back out of Indiana, Roman Hemby.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1,120 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. Scouts say hard-charging runner with good decisive and great ability to finish through contact. Also has a viable pass-catching skills.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, L.T. Overton was on that class, 5-star, number 17 overall player in the country.
So a pretty dang decorated and highly recruited player. And now is he going to be a good pro player? That's what you're looking to transfer those recruiting stars to actual playmaking at the highest.
I know. Look. Okay, hang on one second. I know we're doing the draft right now.
Yeah.
But if we have to go over this class, we won't have to do it now.
Okay.
But this is the number 1 overall. Like, you guys are not going to believe this.
Yeah.
Some of these guys in this that literally did nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I believe Lincoln Riley now has the highest rated one.
Yes, this year.
This year
they had number 1. Yeah.
And so anyway, we'll see how his actually works out.
All right, so we went through 166. Is that right?
164 was the last one for Big Sirs.
Okay. Well, I traded. No. They have 166 too,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you did 124.
All right, so my 124 is Cage Casey.
Yeah.
He was a really good player. Again, he played left tackle at Boise State. He'll play guard in the NFL. So that's 5 straight
along
offensive or defensive linemen for my draft.
You're not into sexy draft picks.
And then at 164, I've got Devon Marshall, the corner from NC State.
Okay. All right. So 124, because I was looking at the lines of scrimmage as well and then trying to figure out playmaking ability. So I finally kicked it over after the first 4 picks were all on the defensive side. I'm coming over. I'm getting Yeager Burton, the center out of Kentucky, and Yeager bombs are going to be tossed back on a regular basis if this cat comes in and takes over the center position. They say high upside, developmental center, interior swing backup, elite testing numbers, okay? 4.94 40-yard dash, a lot of other good things, 6'4", 312 pounds, 5th-year senior from Kentucky.
You're not concerned about that Kentucky DNA at center?
Well,
Luke Fortner was one of the winners for Rookie of the Year with our award show. What was it called? The Deweys.
Yeah, the Deweys.
Yeah.
And he started 34 games.
Long live the Deweys.
Yeah, he started 34 games in a row. and then was summarily dismissed from this football team this past year
They
in the
threw it
preseason.
all on him. It was all his
they
fault.
did.
Remember that?
So I just figured I'm going to go ahead and get a guy to get you to forget about Luke Fortner. But when I did the mock, they graded this one poorly. They gave me a C- for that selection. Then I went Sam Roush, tight end out of Stanford, who's got good stock as far as his parents being good athletes, 6'6", 267 pounds. And they had me at knee bend. They said he had great knee bend. And I'm like, okay, done. I'm drafting him. So there we are, 164. Let's keep it rolling. Coming up here in just a second as we can continue with our midweek mock a day late. You guys chime in on some of the selections that you've got as far as where you think this football team's going to go.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com.
Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
April showers bring flowers. They also bring septic problems. And that's not the kind of spring surprise you want in your yard. Or worse, in your shower. Before a small issue turns into a big, messy situation, call Duck Duck Rooter. During April showers, Septic Powers promotion. Schedule a septic tank pump out at regular price, and Duck Duck Rooter will include a main sewer line camera inspection for an additional $99. See what's going on underground before you smell it. When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Beat the spring cleaning rush and call Zero Res. Hey, Hicken here. Step into a fresher, cleaner home this spring with Zero Res. You might think because you mop off and your floors are clean, but they're actually collecting dirt not obvious to the eye. After a while, the hardwood or tile or LVP looks dull. This is where Zero Res can help. This month, 20% off all hard floor cleaning. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $135. Call 287-5727 or go online at zeroresjacksonville.com. Make sure to ask for the 1010XL special.
Zero Res.
Hi, folks. Frank Frangie for the farm at Okefenokee. My wife and I and a bunch of friends just got back from the farm, and we had an incredible experience. We toured the regenerative farm, as well as the beautiful handcrafted cabins, and were treated to a fantastic farm-to-table dinner created by Congreve and Penn. Man, was it good. Well, you can learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com. And even hear my interview with farm co-founder Doug Davis to learn even more about this amazing property. That's okefarm.com.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web. Precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida. And inside the flip side, the action never stops. If you're tired of hearing about the best games after the final whistle, don't get left on the sidelines. Whether it's a unique sporting event you've never seen, a weekend with the family, or a winning date night, Visit Jacksonville is your ultimate playbook. Get in the game. Head to visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jax app today and see everything coming in 2026. Jacksonville. Experience the flip side.
At the First Coast YMCA, there's no place like this place, with programs and experiences that will bring your whole family together. Summer will be here before we know it, and Y Summer Day Camp registration is now open. Visit your local Y to secure your child's spot early for a season full of memories and adventure. Don't delay. Day camps will fill up. There's no place like this place, so visit your local Y to sign up or online at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
We are rifling through our midweek mock a day late. A lot of selections, both sides of the line from Maddie. Big Search looking at Valia, best player available, employing the BPA route to the draft. I got all 4 of the first selections I made on the defensive side of the ball. So now we're checking in somewhere around 166. Big Search, get back to a couple of your next selections.
All right, at 166, I got a 6'5", 228-pound quarterback.
Oh.
Out of Penn State.
His name is Drew Aller.
Drew Aller. I'm taking Drew Aller at quarterback to develop. We got too many lifelines. Jags at second string. Challenge, little challenge, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
Yeah. Scout says it's a prototypical size and an effortless arm strength, inconsistent touch and ball placement, but with the right mechanics, confidence, poise, and recognition, it can be a fundamental rebound.
Okay. He's a big guy that can move. He really is.
Yes.
And if they do go get somebody, we'll see what they ultimately decide to do later in the draft if they choose to use it on a quarterback. What else you got?
All right. At 203, I got a guard from Notre Dame, 6'4", 310. I got Billy. I think it's called Schwartz.
Huh? Schwartz? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started the first 7 games at right guard for them. He was the team captain. Scout said he's mean and a tough guy demeanor, which is needed inside at guard play.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
All right.
We will agree with that. All right, Matt. What do you got?
Yeah, my 166 is Drew Aller. If you're talking about building a quarterback in a factory, that's your guy. Problem is he just kind of wilts a little bit in big games.
Yeah.
But, maybe in the right system. Who knows, right?
Well, I feel like whatever you're getting coaching-wise here is better than what we have seen, so that's a good sign. So
right.
whoever they get their mitts on now, chances are this staff's going to be able to do a better job than what has been done before. So.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So 203, I got Marlon Klein, the tight end from Michigan. Solid player. I mean, again, you're down to what? You're down to 1 tight end right now.
Really, you are. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with Hunter Long, but and Quentin Morris, they did extend.
So it's 2. But
yeah, and he did it. He did a nice job in relief of those other guys that were hurt. But yeah, you're by no means are you set.
I think you need 2 tight ends actually, but I only got him drafted 1.
Yeah. So, but just for the as we look at this right now, Brenton Strange is your star tight end. He's coming up on a contract year. We're going to find out how much money they're going to throw his way. But he obviously has been a bright spot replacing Evan Ingram. Then they had guys just by committee that would step in. Hunter Long was the first, and then Munt, and they said goodbye to him, and then they extended Quentin. And so we've all drafted a tight end at one point or another, and so we're going to see where they go with that. But they want a guy that can still be disguised, I believe, as an inline blocker that can still get open and make plays. That's what they're looking for. All right, so I've got 166 Cyrus Allen, wide receiver out of Cincinnati. And this guy, if you're looking at as far as what's going to happen with this football team, Parker Washington's going to get a new deal, just like Brenton Strange that we're talking about. And they may pull him off of special teams duty a little bit just to protect the investment. Well, this cat's 5'11". He ain't the biggest dude, but they say he is just electrifying. Slot receiver, big potential, acceleration, the route tempo, deep threat ability, all that stuff. 13 touchdowns this past year. So I'll take that. Anyway, that's who I went, Cyrus Allen. And then after that, I went with Jack Kelly, linebacker out of BYU, and another guy that I like, 6'2", 240 pounds. I love this, the high motor Vortex linebacker.
Vortex.
Yeah. Vortex linebacker.
Yeah, I like
you
the
better believe
vocabulary.
it. With strong pass rushing skills, 15 sacks in a couple of seasons at BYU, and elite closing speed. I'll take it.
Let's revert real quick to something you said, because I think you made a great point, and I think it goes beyond that. You said they may need something to keep Parker Washington off special teams, right?
He's
Returns.
really good there.
Which he's been really good at, okay? Yeah. The other special teams guy is not going to be your starting tailback or running back, or however you say it.
Yeah.
So
Basil's your starting running back.
You might have to actually draft a guy to return.
Yeah.
And return kicks and punts.
And it's funny because if we do look at, I think you had Roman Hemby, and I've definitely had him on my draft board as well. And I got a running back also that you're now looking at those guys to be either core or very important special teams players, and will be asked to return kickoffs. And so, yeah, that's a big deal.
That may be the only way they make the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very true.
Roman Hemi, he doesn't have the quicks that Caitlin Black does, but he's
good player.
Either one of those guys would be good, yeah.
All right, so I got Jack Kelly 203. Where are we at now?
Yeah, I'm at 233.
Let's do 233 through 245. Let's do the last 3 picks.
Okay, last 3 picks. Okay, I got Red Murdoch, linebacker out of Buffalo. Caden Barnett.
Wait, stop. Go back.
I like Murdoch.
Red Murdoch. He's a character from Tombstone.
He is basically
Red.
He's got to make the team.
Oh, Red.
Yeah, Red Murdoch.
He got to make the team.
Yeah, he's got to make team special.
He used to hang out at the OK Corral.
I don't care where he hangs out. He's got to make the team.
And did he at any point say, "I'll be your Huckleberry"? Did he say that at all?
Red Murdoch and Calvert, it's just perfect.
They'll be. Is Doc Holliday next on your draft board? All right, keep going.
All right, so 240, Caden Barnett, guard, Wyoming, and at 245, Devon Boykin, safety out of Indiana.
Okay, so
I like the Wyoming players, by the way.
Yeah, a special teams player, maybe from the safety position. Wyoming's kicked out some good players.
Yeah.
Dewey,
tough.
one of them. Yeah,
yeah.
Chad Muma didn't necessarily live as long and thrive as much here, but Dewey did. That's for sure.
Other Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Chad Muma
never heard.
did not.
Yeah,
it's a great.
Yeah. All right.
You guys are gonna bring up Muma and Dewey. I'll bring up Josh Allen.
I forgot all about Muma.
Yeah,
did not.
All right.
My 233 is Indiana center Pat Coogan, who was played at Notre Dame the year before. Guy that can slip to guard and play a little guard. Just some backup for the interior. More guard than center. 240's guy I've been talking about now for, 3 months. Caden Curry, the edge from Ohio State. Again, he's a little undersized, but the dude makes plays.
And is he that quick guy that can just outfox?
Yeah. But he's allegedly, Joe, gets swallowed by offensive linemen.
Is he 6'2"? He's going to have to play the wide?
6'2". He's 6'2", like 265.
Because the same thing with Derek Moore, right? That's a little bit of the book on him, too. He's not big, but also a pretty effective pass rusher.
And then at 245, I got Aaron Hall, the DT from Duke, who I think is way low there. But he's a good player. I mean, he's a good player.
All right, so I went 233. I picked out another guy with 2 A's in his name. I hope this guy's better than the last guy with 2 A's in his name. Emil Wagner, offensive tackle out of Notre Dame, a guy that 6'6", and I love it when they say they start out with evaluators.
Is that the 2 A's in the Emil or the 2 A's in the Wagner?
In the Emil, A-A-M-I-L.
I know, just joke.
Emil Wagner. Evaluators praise the 6'6", 300-pound Notre Dame captain for his elite athletic frame, long arm, solid pass blocking techniques, needs to add strength and improve his anchor to stick on a roster. So
he's a little light in the shorts.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. He's 6'6".
Yeah.
But
so he can put a little extra weight on him if he can keep moving.
His ass and thighs are not.
Right. That's what they want. So 233 for him. Then I went with Jam Miller. I went with a running back late, 240 out of Alabama. When healthy, pretty good. Yeah. And I like him right at 6 feet, 200 pounds, and a guy that has 4.4 speed. So I'm going to go ahead and at least take a flyer on that guy to help that running back room. And then the last guy, 245, I went with Luke Altmaier. There's my backup quarterback.
Wow.
Okay. 6'1", 210. He threw for 3,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. 60, more than 2/3 of his completion was his completion percentage, 67.4. So I'll take that. That's the new guy.
He does not have a demon arm, though.
No, he does not.
No.
No, he does not. The out route is not his friend. And so this may not work. As a matter of fact, what were some of the comps? Can you guess one of the comps for Luke Altmaier? That heady kid that's not the biggest guy, but can immediately come in and learn an offense. Gardner Minshew.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. That type of guy.
I'd take Chew right now as a backup. Wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What's the famous line, Leon?
Big Chew.
Yeah, I see you.
I see you, Big Chew.
Straight from the press box.
The columnist didn't like that, did he?
Nah, I didn't care.
A reminder, while you're in the press box, please refrain from cheering for the team.
Yeah, I didn't know the etiquette.
It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies. Your home for Florida Gators baseball is 1010XL.
The weekend starts early with a top 20 matchup in the Swamp. Florida-Auburn. Tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday at noon on 1010 a.m.
Yeah, I know how awful it is to get injured, but not like my friend Tom who got rear-ended last year. Tom McManus here. Morgan & Morgan can help you. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. 1,000 lawyers, 100 offices across the nation, and over $30 billion recovered. And guess what? They don't get a single penny unless you do. A proven track record with backup. Hard to find these days, but not with Morgan & Morgan. For the people, that's right. Get injured due to someone's neglect, get paid. Dial pound law or check out forthepeople.com.
Get a healthy start in 2026. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to help you get healthy and stay healthy all year long. Our dedicated team is committed to providing high-quality care and trusted public health services for our community. Our mission is simple: to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Learn more about our programs and services by visiting duval.floridahealth.gov.
A no-risk, all-rewards path to real weight loss? Awaken 180 is so confident in your success, if you're not happy with your results in the first week, get 100% of your money back. No risk, every reward. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Jacksonville, your refund just hit. Don't let it vanish on bills. Superior Fence and Rail doubles it. Match up to $250 on 100 feet or more. Picture this. One-day install transforms your yard into a private oasis with a quality that turns heads. From check to fenced paradise, faster than you think. Call today or visit SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Where in the United States will the World Cup be held? The answer coming up.
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowners policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
11 cities in the United States are hosting this year's World Cup, with the closest being Miami and Atlanta.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Need or want cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
So I brought it up earlier whether or not Big Surge has ever been impersonated by somebody else that you know of, trying to take advantage of situation and pass themselves off as you and get dinero, goods. And you did mention that someone tried to come in and get some rims, say, my name's Leon.
Yeah.
And that didn't work because they knew you. But this is the headline. Former Alabama player allegedly impersonated 3 NFL players in a $20 million loan scam. Luther Davis, national champion with the Crimson Tide, is said to have worn wigs and makeup to secure fraudulent loans. I didn't realize that he needed wigs and makeup to pass himself off as Michael Penix Jr., Xavier McKinney, and David Njoku. $20 million.
That's crazy, bro.
So apparently, as it goes, he obtained at least 13 fraudulent loans totaling more than $19.8 million. And so now he's
going to go big.
Well, David Njoku used to have dreads.
Yeah, he did. So
and
he could do the wig.
One side of his dreads was like
they were blonde, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he had the highlights.
So you can't just walk up in there without that.
But I'm just worried about the makeup part.
That's a little weird. Yeah,
makeup and wigs. But yeah, so he impersonated these players and then walked out with cash.
Well, here's the thing that you may not know, that when you have money and you're a player, it might be the locker.
This is the locker room.
I can just tell you.
Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
All right. Wingstop. Available to 1 a.m. delivery. And doors are open until 1 a.m. And don't forget the double dip when you use the ranch.
They're getting after it open until 1 a.m.
Yes, bro. Yes. You know how you get lunch.
Fried goodness.
It's a healthy little snack
when you're
before
binging,
bed.
get you a couple of wings.
Right, because there's nothing quite like 1 a.m. Those fried jewels, huh?
Oh, man. Yes.
Hey, you need something in the belly sometimes.
That hot sauce gets your heart right.
Yes.
Yeah, you wake up feeling great.
I'm telling you, you wake up and there's carnage of wings.
You're like, oh, yeah, I did do that.
Oh, yeah, I did do that. I ate those wings
That
last
sounds
night.
very familiar for you.
I'm just saying. It's happened before. I can tell you this, Joe, that when you're in the league, football player, and you have money, and you go in the banks, and you engage in conversation with people, the tellers and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
They become familiar with it. Easy. I mean, I'm not saying.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because all you do is you engage and they'll let you know. Because I know, like, when you go to Pittsburgh and they say, oh, Mr. Searcy, you come down, how's the game and this and that, whatever stuff. I'm going to tell you, it's easy to engage with that. So
you think he finessed them?
I think he finessed with stories.
Wow. Yeah, I would not doubt it because he
that's a hell of a finesse, dude.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. Now, I'm not sure.
21, how much?
I
How
don't
many
know
millions?
if you can. I don't know if you can massage him enough to get that kind of money.
Well, he did it like multiple places, multiple times.
Yeah, 13 different loans is what it looks like, and 19.8 million.
Yeah.
And one of the bigger loans was a 3.3 million through one funding place, a 4.4 million through another funding place. Anyway, once he had that story down, he got it rolling.
He must have he had to have set up accounts.
Yes.
To work with the bank.
I'm guessing he didn't pay the loans back.
No.
Fake ID documents in the names of the players, including driver's license, all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
You got to work hard to pull this one off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did some finessing.
You can't blame the teller or the bank manager or whoever's giving the loans out if he's got all the IDs.
He has all the IDs, and
I mean, what am I supposed to do?
How did he get the numbers? The account numbers? And
I don't know.
That's the question.
But
he's a trained professional. I guess.
Yeah. There's some stuff you can do now.
Difficult.
It is difficult. It has to. That's strategic too, bro.
I'm pretty sure you could just ask Grok to do it, and they'll
He obviously
crank out.
wasn't that good at it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
he
we're
got
talking
19 mil.
He got 19 mil.
But he's going to prison.
Yeah, he is. Very long
Well,
time.
he's definitely going to prison, but he got 19 mil, so he is pretty good.
I bet he'd give it all back.
Yeah. Oh, I would think so. Yeah.
But he's going-
You think?
Yeah.
He's going federal.
And who knows how much of it is left, but I would think.
Yeah. And when you go to the feds, you do all the time.
Oh, yeah.
There
They
ain't
don't
no
play.
gain time.
No.
You think he's going to the
So
Supermax?
if he got like
just the Fed?
25 years, he's doing 25 years.
Oh, easy. Yeah. For that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But
these were
19
federal.
million,
These were federal lawsuits.
So
That's-
I mean, most of the money. Well, figure how old is he?
do not know that.
Probably
He was-
30.
Yeah, because he
30s.
was part of a championship team at Alabama.
So when he gets out to 55, probably most of the money is overseas.
I don't know. I don't know if he was that
offshore
smart.
accounts.
If he
Cayman Islands.
So 55, he's going to live well on 19 mil for the side.
19.8.
I guess.
Nah.
The way this country's going, who knows what's
He's
gonna
not
happen.
even my favorite scammer of the day. So
Yeah.
I was telling this story before the show. There's a lady who took 14 tequila shots on Carnival Cruise in a 9-hour span. She got completely blackout drunk. She fell down a flight of stairs. She woke up in an employees-only section of the boat, and now she's suing the boat, or Carnival Cruise, I should say, for over-serving her.
It's unbelievable.
And guess what? A Miami jury agreed with her. Wow. And now Carnival Cruise had to pay this drunk woman $300,000
For what?
Because her dumb ass had 14 tequila shots and fell down the stairs.
Oh, she fell down the stairs.
They're saying she was overserved.
Did she break her leg or something?
I don't know.
Overserved.
Yeah.
So just because she was overserved.
I don't know if she was injured or whatever.
She's just
but does it
ruined-
matter?
It doesn't, but it's still an interesting part of the story.
She just ruined unlimited drinking on cruise.
Exactly. That's the point. Like now we all can't have.
And she
fun.
turned
That's
around
why
and
you're
said,
mad. She took away your unlimited drink.
But yeah, she turned around and she said, "I'm about to go on a cruise. I'm taking the whole family down there, and we got one of those packages. But they'll have their eye on you now." But basically, she's saying everything I did was not my fault. It was
exactly.
Yeah. Everybody knows you go shot, margarita, shot.
Water, mixing some
Everybody
water.
knows that.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Yes. Don't be ridiculous.
Speaking of cruise,
beer, water, beer.
The
Yeah,
little
there you
baby
go.
daughter Sophia already has a cruise scheduled for early fall 2027.
I like that.
Yeah.
So she's going to get on the high seas.
Wow.
It's like right before football season starts.
That's cool.
So like a year,
Nice.
so like August 2027,
Something
July
like that.
2027.
Yep.
Wow.
It's already scheduled.
So that means
Disney
she'll be
cruise.
right at it.
Hopefully,
So
Hack
she'll
will
be a
there.
year old then.
Year old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's hey man.
Are you
it's
going
the best
with Hack?
cruise line there is? No, I'm just
Oh,
saying
okay.
I'm on a Disney cruise. I'm assuming he'll be there.
Mhm.
He's on all of them.
If not, he'll join you.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be sick. I could take father lessons from Hack.
You could. He's actually a really good dad.
He is.
Yeah.
What was the old captain of the love boat? Captain Steubing?
Steubing, yeah.
That's Hack right now. It's XL Prime.
XL Prime Time.
Driven by Duval Ford. He's our best tackler. Number 55 in the middle.
That's a bad boy.
Tom McManus.
Good tackle, boys.
10 to noon Fridays on Jaguars Today.
There is the pass rusher. He's extraordinary.
On 1010XL.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists congratulate the 1010XL Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Jabari McMillan, senior track and field athlete and football player at Atlantic Coast High School. Jabari is a member of the Best Buddies International Program. He's been accepted to attend Valdosta State University.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Did you know there's local savings sitting in your mailbox right now? Money Pages is packed with real coupons from your favorite local businesses. Save money at restaurants like Al's Pizza, on pet care at Forever Vets, and on entertainment for the whole family at the Alhambra Theater. Plus, make sure to download the Money Pages app for savings on the go.
Pages in your mailbox right now.
Looking for an exciting, fun-filled evening the whole group can enjoy? Welcome to indoor football. Welcome to the Jacksonville Sharks. Discover the thrill of the indoor league. Fast-paced, action-packed, and it's family fun. Be there when your Sharks take on the Orlando Pirates. Friday, April 17th at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Kickoff, 7 o'clock. Halftime performance by the world-famous Disconnected Canines. Ask about our family 4-packs. 4 tickets, and $50 in food vouchers, all for only $100. There's no better value. Get your tickets now at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. It's Country Night, presented by Roland Reese Plumbing. Dust off your boots, throw on your camo, get ready for a night full of football fun and great music. Join us on the field after the game for our free autograph session, sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. Tickets start at $15. Call 904-621-0700. That's 621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks!
Fins up.
Springtime is the perfect time to get your home organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and storage for any space and budget. Make an appointment to tour their showroom on Phillips Highway and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off free installation and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free consultation at 904-878-9393 or find them online, closetsbydesign.com.
Here's a little secret to why I've been married for over 25 years. Kuhn Flowers. High Flying Jacko here. Yeah, that's correct. When I need to send some love to my bride, I don't wait for an anniversary or her birthday. I just simply go to kuhnflowers.com.
1010XL's draft previews are built by Purple Heart Pools, your veteran pool company.
Former ESPN All-American offensive lineman Chris Pasantis of Texas A&M held a near-perfect protection efficiency last season. Cincinnati linebacker Jake Golday averaged 12 tackles a game last season in the Big 12. And San Diego State's Chris Johnson was one of the top cornerbacks in the draft with 148 tackles and 6 interceptions for 2 touchdowns, potentially giving Jacksonville a highly coveted lockdown corner.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. Tyrese Maxey scores 31 points. VJ Edgecombe has 19 points and 11 boards as the Sixers defeat the Orlando Magic by a final of 109-97 on last night. They secure the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Desmond Bane for the Orlando Magic finished with 34 points. The good news is that the Magic aren't done yet. They'll host Charlotte on tomorrow night, with the winner earning the number 8 seed in the East and a first-round matchup against the Pistons. Tip-off scheduled for 7:30. Right now, 82 degrees at 102. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
1 o'clock hour is here. XL Primetime cranking along. You got a full day of 1010XL, 92.5 FM. It's here when you need it. We like when you hang out with us all day long with all the shows. That's for sure. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Sirs, and JJ, as we are cranking. We need to get into the little college football. As a matter of fact, let's just crank it up right now because Matt went back. We mentioned one of the players in our midweek mock that was
LT Overton.
One of the highly rated recruits as part of Jimbo Fisher's A&M staff back in the day. So
this was the 22 recruiting class.
Yeah, it was the highest rated in history
ever
in terms of stars. So let's do it.
Let's just put it this way. That class alone had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 5-star players.
8 5-stars.
8.
All right, I want you to wait for the cue. I want you to keep thinking what you're thinking, but I want you to follow my lead.
Time to drop some college knowledge on XL Primetime. Brought to you by Modelo, the official beer of the college football playoff.
What are you trying to say?
I was looking over at JJ. JJ was looking at me, and we're looking at Matt. All right, now, go, sir.
8.
With a cold Modelo.
All right, so let's start. We're just gonna go over every player. You guys tell me
every one of them.
You guys just tell me if you've heard of them. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Leon, I want you to say yes to
Walter Nolan was the number 1 player in that class.
Yes, heard of him.
Evan Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've heard of him.
He's, I believe, with Oregon right now. Okay.
So this would be his last year, correct?
This he might be in the draft this year. Hasn't done anything.
Okay.
He was the number 6 overall player in the country.
Jeez.
Shamar Stewart.
Yes.
Sure.
In the NFL last year. Gabriel Brownlow-Dindy.
No, haven't heard of him.
Huge defensive lineman, number 11 overall player. Done nothing.
By the way, Stewart still plays for Oregon.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this is his last year, I believe, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this will be his last year. LT Overton.
Yeah.
Okay. Connor Wigman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also has done nothing. Chris Marshall,
No.
wide receiver, was number 24 overall. Has done nothing. Anthony Lucas,
No.
defensive lineman, number 32 overall. Nah. Anai White, edge.
I feel like I've heard that name.
I have it.
Yeah.
Who is it?
He's been all right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Edge,
Edge.
number 38 overall. Denver Harris, corner.
Okay.
Nothing. Got kicked out of a couple schools, never played. Smoke Bowie.
No. I like
Nothing.
the name Smoke.
Yeah, great name. PJ Williams, offensive tackle.
No.
No.
Nada. Malik Sela, edge.
No.
Nada. Bryce Anderson, safety. Nope. Jacoby Matthews, safety. Nope. Cam Dewberry, offensive tackle.
No.
Nope.
Here's one you'll know. Jake Johnson, tight end.
Okay, I remember that name.
I don't.
It's the brother of,
Max.
right?
Yeah.
Jake is now in his third school.
Oh, wow.
A&M, North Carolina. Now he's at Auburn. Okay. Le'Veon Moss will get drafted this year at some point. Probably late round. The running back. Marquise Groves Killebrew, corner. No. Donovan Green, tight end. No. Hunter Erb, offensive tackle. No. Bobby Tyler, corner. No. Noah Thomas, wide receiver. Was a name but never did anything.
Right.
Okay. Theo Ostrom, the tight end.
How did they get all the stars, honestly, next to their name?
It's unreal. Nothing. Montrell Harris Jr., the linebacker. Nada. Ish Harris, the linebacker. Nada. Jared Kerr, the safety. Nope. Mark Nabu Jr., the interior offensive lineman. Nope. Jaden Scarlett, the D lineman. Nope. And Ethan Moslewski, the kicker. Nah.
Would it be fair to Noah Thomas? He had 4 catches for 54 yards for Georgia last year.
Wow.
So there's that.
What kind of bag did it cost for that recruiting class?
Like, it was unreal. That was Nick Saban's whole thing that year, remember? When he went in front of the Birmingham Business Club and said, look, if you want us to keep up with these guys, you guys got to start giving us money.
And then he came back and said, Nick knows where all the bodies are buried.
Oh, my gosh. It was great.
That was a huge back and forth.
It was. And they, which one of them called a press conference? Jimbo called.
Jimbo originally Jimbo had to respond to
Jimbo
what
responded
Nick
to
Saban said
to
at
the
a
Birmingham
booster
Business Club. Yes.
So he called his own press conference. So
Yeah,
he could-
He had
it was
to defend
wild.
himself.
Yeah, that was not only that. Then he took it to another level at the spring meetings in Destin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which by the way are coming up end of May.
But then they had a peace meeting or something happened, and everything was cool before the SEC meeting.
I think that was.
SEC
I think it was
days.
probably Sankey who said,
Yeah.
look, we got to stop this, man.
You guys knocked this
We need
off.
Jimbo back in the game.
Oh yeah, and he's
We're
now
missing a huge character.
Especially if he's recruiting these great classes.
Well,
This
he
legendary class of the greatest class ever.
He's now part of the ACC network, and so you get to see him a little bit doing what he does, breaking it down,
Which
talking
he's pretty
about.
good at.
Yeah, he's not bad. And once he gets going, I even heard him on Sirius with EJ, the guys that he does the stuff with the ACC
He
network.
is good.
And he is good.
He knows ball.
And then over the weekend, I think Brian Kelly made his first media appearance. I think he was,
Oh yeah, he's on CBS.
Yeah, CBS Sports
No.
HQ.
He's doing CBS Sports Interactive.
I can't wait to see
And
that.
so he was breaking it down.
Was he dancing with any recruits?
I don't know, but he did not have a strobe light or anything around him, and he refused to wear purple.
He wants to coach again. I don't know where he's going to coach, man.
What
It's
do you
gonna
mean?
be-
Give it a year and people will be clamoring
he'll go
for him.
somewhere, but I'm saying it's going to be someplace like Cincinnati
Troy.
or
back where he was.
I know he
You don't
was at
think he could
Cincinnati.
go to,
I don't
like,
think he'd go back to Cincinnati.
you don't
But it's going to
think-
be something like that.
You don't think he could go to Florida State?
No, I don't know. Florida State's going to hire young. They're going to get like Charlie Weiss Jr. They're going to go young. I think like something like, I don't know, let's just say, and I'm just throwing this out there, okay? I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. Let's just say he goes to like, if Missouri loses Drinkwitz, I guess you could see that maybe.
So a big conference, but
Or like
a mid-level
Syracuse,
team.
if Fran Brown moves on, maybe Syracuse.
Syracuse.
If Belly,
Yeah, I don't
He's so
see
much
him-
better than that.
I know he is, but I don't see anybody taking a chance on him. I just don't.
Well,
I
let's
think
just
that
remember.
that would be a perfect fit with Florida State.
Yeah, let's just remember he just got fired, and that was it. It's not like there was scandal or anything around
No,
him.
and not only that,
So,
he won some games there. He didn't win enough.
He's not taboo or anything
He
like
also
that.
had a Heisman Trophy winner there.
Yeah.
It's not like the Michigan coach.
Mhm.
There's nothing
Right.
crazy.
Now
going on.
talk about a guy who's never going to coach again. That's
That
a guy who's
guy
never going to
is
coach again.
done.
Right.
And so people would, like JJ saying, people still will probably take it if they felt like they're still getting a very good football coach in Brian Kelly.
Yeah, I think so. Yes,
he can be a real irritant.
It's not even that. I think it's people now are just going young, and it's
that's
not
true.
ageism, but they just are, man. And it's
that part's true.
It's not realistic. And speaking of Sherrone Moore, by the way.
Well, but hold on.
The reason why
North Carolina just hired Bill Belichick.
Yeah, but that's a one-off. That's Belly.
They got younger.
They
And
also
Michigan
got a lot younger with Belly's right hand.
Yeah. Michigan just hired a coach that was retired.
Yeah.
Well,
They made.
I don't know about that.
They made a commitment. Mac Brown to Bill Belichick younger.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, younger. They
And
definitely.
no, I think Belly's older.
No, by a
Is
year.
he?
I did the research. By a year.
Okay.
By a year?
Yeah. They went younger.
The thing with Sherrone Moore isn't that he was like stalking his lover, even though he's married. The thing with him was he didn't have a quarterback coach for Bryce Underwood last year. They did not have a position quarterback coach for Bryce Underwood.
For your number one recruit.
For the guy
who's
you're
supposed
paying
to change your program.
$12 million over 3 years for.
Right. That they pried away from Brian Kelly
Right.
and LSU.
That's the connection.
Brian may have still had a job.
That was the segue, Joe.
Yeah.
Just getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is, that's why he's never coaching again.
Yeah.
That's,
Well,
I mean, that's
probably
ridiculous.
also probably the threatening his own life and her life with a
and an employee
with a butter knife and
Nah, we've
the
seen worse.
stalking and all that.
We've seen worse.
He got probation, so
Yeah.
We've seen worse.
He's a free man.
Nothing is worse than getting a giant recruit who everybody thinks is a difference maker at quarterback and saying, yeah, we're not going to have a quarterback coach.
We don't need that.
That was a bit of a miss.
We'll figure it out.
All right, so speaking of quarterbacks, let's at least carry this conversation over and drop a little more college knowledge on you. Just which conference right now has the best set of quarterbacks? So we will do that coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Some people call it Jax. Some call it the First Coast. We call it
The place that we all call
home. 1010XL.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
When my dad tore his meniscus skiing, he was told that surgery was the only fix. But surgery meant giving up his hobbies, so we went to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. They specialize in non-invasive treatments that get you back to fighting shape. My dad got a platelet-rich plasma, or PRP injection. It took a fraction of the time to heal, and now he's back to doing what he loves.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Who's the next best deal in Teal?
Tell us what you're thinking for our first pick.
Catch 1010XL's draft previews. Served by Purple Heart Pools, your veteran pool company. Let AA Automotive and 1010XL guide you through the off-season.
Electrical problems? Call American Electrical Contracting. 737-7770. Small jobs or large, they do them all. Work with a locally owned and operated company that will wire it right at a fair price. It's not just a slogan, it's the way they do business.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
PGA Tour star Ricky Fowler.
If you want to be the best, you have to practice with the best. That's why I had Southwest Greens install and maintain my putting green, and my synthetic lawn, and my chipping area, and my practice bunker area, and my bocce ball court, and our pole vaulting area.
Southwest Greens is the world's premier manufacturer and installer of putting greens, synthetic grass, chipping areas, practice bunkers, and just about anything else you want to do in your yard.
It's Southwest Greens.
Log on to southwestgreensofjacksonville.com to see what they can do to your backyard.
Hey, gang, Prosser here. Have you been thinking about selling your home and you haven't pulled the trigger? Let me tell you about Chad and Sandy and the experts that will help you make that decision. Mortgage rates have dropped. They're expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building, so now's the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Chad and Sandy, the proven experts to sell your home. Need to sell now, need to sell fast, need max price. Check, check, check. Chad and Sandy have the science behind it. Using their proprietary Market Max system, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jonathan writes from Mount Pleasant. The only thing standing between me and my dream of hitting the road in my RV was selling my Mount Pleasant home. After hearing Chad and Sandy on the radio, I gave them a call. The results were unreal. In just 3 days, I had multiple offers at full asking price. So can you. Call the local experts I trust and recommend. Call Chad and Sandy, 414-6200 or chadandsandy.com.
Next time you head into a Gate convenience store, look for Form Energy Drink, designed to provide energy, hydration, and focus straight from Dana White and AB, celebrating those who embrace grit, discipline, and resilience in their everyday lives. Check out Form Energy at a Gate convenience store.
An evening with legendary comedian Jeff Foxworthy.
But they have a rule in my neighborhood. If you walk your dog and your dog does his business in somebody else's yard, you need to get a little plastic bag, pick it up, and dispose of it. So you drive through my neighborhood and there's all these attractive women walking around with poo-poo purses.
Jeff Foxworthy Live, April 23rd, 7:30 p.m. at Thrasher Horn Center. Get tickets now at thcenter.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool. 1010XL.
With a Cole Modelo in your hand, a little CCR playing in the background, let's get back to the college football talk. Modelo, the official beer of the college football playoff. The best crop of quarterbacks, which conference has them right now? Guys that are coming back. Rattle off the SEC big stars right now. Just rattle them off, man. And don't forget about the great Gunnar Stockton at the University of Georgia, okay?
Of course not.
Yeah, okay, don't you forget.
No. All right, here we go. We got Arch Manning. We got Trinidad Chambliss. We got Gunnar Stockton. We got Sam Levitt. We got Byron Brown.
Byron Brown. Really good
Lenore
player.
Sellers, Marcel Reed, and John Mateer.
That's pretty dang good.
That's
Aaron
good.
Philo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slash Trammell.
You got to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And not
Had to do
slash,
that, man.
with the all caps, or. That's what it is. That's the depth chart. Aaron Philo or Trammell Jones. But that's a pretty dang good list.
That's
right
hard
there.
to beat, bro.
That's a deep roster.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, so Big Ten. We don't know exactly what Josh Hoover is going to be, but he's the latest
pretty
and
good player,
greatest.
man.
Yeah, latest and greatest that goes to Indiana with the Kurt.
Then you go Julian Sand.
Yeah, Kurt
Then you go-
Signetti magic that he's had.
Dante Moore.
Yes.
And you've got Mayava at USC.
Yeah, Jaden Mayava, which is a
Mayava.
really good player.
Yeah. You've got Bryce Underwood with Michigan.
Not quite knowing, based on what you just said, they didn't have a quarterbacks coach for him last year, but he, if as advertised, he could enjoy a good year.
You got Damon Williams Jr., who's had, I mean, as far as like 2 seasons, you know, he tried to leave at the end of last season, and everybody was like,
That's the Washington kid?
Yes, it's the Washington kid. He's a legit dude.
And
a legit dude.
Jed Fish, whether you're a fan of him or not, quietly had a pretty dang good year up there.
Yeah.
And they're building off of it. Apparently his recruiting is pretty strong, and they're going to put pieces around the cube.
It kind of ends there. You got Yamalieva. Penn State lost Grunkmeyer. I think he's going to play really well at Virginia Tech. It kind of ends there.
Mhm.
There's really no one else that where you're like, oh, whoa, watch out. The Maryland quarterback, what the hell, he was a freshman last year. Malik Washington's a good player. Really good player.
And will you please give my man Rocco a little respect? Okay.
Yeah, Rocco's a good player. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
Rocco
right.
back.
I think you can throw Rocco in there.
He
yeah.
leaves the Cyclones and heads up to Penn State. I know people, it's so hard to keep track of all this stuff, but this is how it's going.
It's tough. I mean, that's a good. Yeah, I don't know who. I'd probably give it to the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean, I think
a good group.
When Sam Levitt transferred in, I think that was kind of the over the edge.
And then if you were just to kind of take a trip down the ACC Tobacco Road, you do have Darian Mensah. You got C.J. Bailey that came back to NC State,
which was shocking.
Yeah, it
shocking.
Was. And a couple of other guys.
Where do they get the money to pay him, by the way?
I don't know.
Because he had to have won a lot of money,
you would think so, because everyone was chattering about him leaving. And you got Kevin Jennings at SMU, who is a good player. Leon, who else you got in the ACC?
Those I got.
Well,
those
there's
guys.
that kid from Virginia Tech that Matt just brought up. What's his name?
Ethan Grunkmeyer.
Okay.
You also got JKS at Cal, who's a really good
love
player.
him, the lefty. Also, the Pitt freshman who played last year.
Yeah, Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What's his last name? Hodgkowitz or something? Or
bless you. I don't.
He's a Polish kid.
What's his name?
All right.
First name is Mason.
Mm-hmm. That's all you need to know.
It's Heinschel.
Heinschel.
All right.
Maybe German. Sorry.
You go to the Big 12. Messmaker. The Messmaker is now at Oklahoma State. A guy that could come in and do some good things. You got Bear at BYU.
Yep. Brennan Thorsby at Texas Tech.
Yep.
You got DJ Lagway at Baylor.
Texas Tech, they spent a little bit of money
over that. JJ just ignores that.
I didn't even hear it.
DJ's going to have like 3,500 yards and 30 touchdowns.
What do you guys honestly, what if I put his touchdowns at like 22 and his picks at like 10? To me, that's a great year for DJ Lag. Do you think he could do that?
I'm going to take the over on the touchdowns.
Over 22 touchdowns.
Over
I'm going to give you guys the Luke
and I think the over on the interceptions, too. I'm going to take the over on both.
I'm going to give you the Luke Altmaier stat that we used earlier. 67% completion percentage, 3,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, 5 picks.
If he got that,
dude, he's going to have way more than 5
They'd be doing
picks.
backflips if he got that.
I agree with the pick count is going to be up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something
JJ,
along
you
the
said
lines
10
of
earlier.
Yeah.
It's double digit.
7 to 29 touchdowns and like 13 or 14 interceptions.
That's a good year.
It'll be a revival year for sure.
Yeah.
A little bit. 13 to 14 picks is a lot of picks.
Well, yeah, but he threw how many in one game? 5 in one game. So clean that stuff up.
I mean, that was
so bad.
That was
LSU.
To be fair to him, they got hosed in that holding call. That would have been a touchdown.
Oh my!
They go up in that game, then he's not chucking it all
Are you
over the
now
place.
Billy Napier? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
I'm saying I'm actually defending Florida. They got hosed in that holding call. They go up in that game. They don't need to throw the ball. They were playing great
quarter.
D. It was the second.
We're close to being pretty dangerous.
It was the second.
Second quarter.
They are not. Sorry. They're not throwing the ball over the place. They don't need to at that point.
You just wrote a nice piece about Billy.
No, apparently not to everybody in the Florida land. I didn't.
Yeah.
What did they not like about it?
Because Billy said that he's finally at a place where he walked into the joint and there's no problems with anything. Everybody's aligned. They've got a great culture. They've got players that
they just went to the playoffs.
Yeah, they did.
Players that have a chip on their shoulder, that want to be there, that want to work hard. Right.
Classic.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the players' fault.
Culture.
Yeah.
Culture.
And then once he
No, he
gets
wasn't
his,
blaming. He did not blame players.
Okay.
He said it was culture. Like the culture's there.
but once he gets his mitts on it, we'll see what happens with James Madison.
Right, which is what all Florida fans say. Well, the culture's your part, and they're right.
Yeah, he was there long enough to change the culture.
Exactly right.
Because he's saying,
no doubt about it.
Yeah, he's saying everything there that he is now at James Madison is good before he got there. We'll see if it can be
stays like that.
His point is that
it can only go down, really. I mean, like they went to the playoffs last year. Anything else besides that is a fail.
Yeah, Big Bob left there to go to UCLA.
His point was it's the first time he's gone to a program like that, because when he went to Louisiana, it was a mess, and he had to fix that. When he went to Florida, it was a mess. He had to fix that.
Well,
so
he tried to fix it.
Right.
If he won more,
he tried and
that
did.
creates
Right.
culture.
Mm-hmm.
Winning creates
Of course it does. Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt.
So
there's no doubt.
Billy should have won more.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Found a way to win more.
Absolutely.
Games.
And I'll just maintain that
I was just allowing him to speak his mind. That's all.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
And I'll just maintain that the checkbook helped him acquire a lot of that talent, because there's decent amount of talent. Let's do the.
So hang on real quick before you, because I want to get to this too,
Yeah.
because I think this is a big part of the story as well.
Right. You can find it at USA Today Sports.
The big part of the story also is you just don't hire bad coach after bad coach after bad coach after bad coach. There's something inherently wrong there right now with that entire place. You don't go 100 and what's the record since Herbs had in there, like 110-77 or something.
Yeah, it's not pretty. It's not. It's
there's 8 teams that have been to the playoff in the SEC, and Florida isn't one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something more than just, oh, we just had a bad coach and he sucked. He couldn't do a good job, so we just get another good coach. That's all.
Well, I guess my only counter to that is that just take a look at what Miami had gone through to get where they are now. They went through a string of bad hires. Alabama, before Nick, went through a string of bad hires. You can point to a few other places that have just had either poor decisions made as far as who they were going to hand the reins to.
2 decades of poor hires? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not trying to make excuse. I'm saying that there's history. You can point to these other places that it's gone on for quite a bit of time in terms of trying to find the right guy.
I would say Mark Richt actually did a whole lot to right the ship and get the culture going in a better direction.
Right.
But yeah, I agree with you. Before that, it was wow.
Yeah, and it was funny because I was going to mention Georgia, and I'm like, I can't because Mark Richt was there for 15 years and did a damn good job. Won 3/4 of his games.
Just couldn't get over that hump.
Just could not get over the hump. And so before that, it was nothing but just awful.
It was Randy and it was Golden. There were 2 bad hires.
Yeah.
Then you go to Mark Richt.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mario.
Then Manny. Manny was just
hire.
too. Yeah, but Manny was just too. He wasn't ready yet. That was too big of a program.
It was a weird time because like Mark Richt stepped down and they, Manny took the job at Temple and they wanted to keep the recruiting class.
But it didn't work. We all got to.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
It did not work.
And the other part is that Mark Richt had gotten it to a level, and just unfortunately for him, this was before
he didn't keep it there.
It was before he got sick. But anyway, fell off a cliff from being an unbeaten top 7 team in the country in November late. Yeah, with 22.
Oh, they were like top 3.
Yeah,
top
maybe.
2,
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, we talking when we was at Miami?
Yeah.
After
they
that
were,
Notre Dame
They
game.
were 10-0 and number 2 in the country.
Yeah.
Number 2. Okay.
That
So,
Notre Dame game was
and then
huge.
just fell off a cliff. And so it was. But the point is that they went through these guys. Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen had a good stretch of New Year's Day games and then fell off a cliff.
If Summerall, no H, no E, you say, right?
Yeah, he is he.
No H, no E, he is he. Mm-hmm. He doesn't work. Then what?
It's another one.
Is it another bad coach? Is that what it is?
Then I'm going to give you the stamp and say stamp of approval with your theory. But right now, when Alabama finally got
you're 17 years into this thing right now.
Well, you're acting
that, right?
like Summerall is some proven coach, though, man.
Right. No, I agree. You went and hired another Sun Belt coach.
Yeah, I'm saying if Summerall doesn't work, I wouldn't necessarily blame it on this bad voodoo around the program.
Bro,
I just think it's another
if Summerall
crap
doesn't
hire.
work, if Summerall doesn't work, they're going to be 2 decades into it.
Okay, but remember what we're talking about.
I know.
It's not this pressure cooker of a place that you describe. It's the bad hire. It's the Strickland decision to follow Billy.
If you don't think it's the unreasonable pressure cooker of a place, that's part of it, you're out of your mind.
Well, I'm going to continue to say that is not the biggest reason.
No, I don't think it's the biggest reason.
It's the hire.
It's the coaching. Of course it is.
Yes.
Of course it is. Yes. I'm saying that plays a role. And if anyone says it doesn't play a role, you're literally avoiding a blind spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
on purpose.
I just think any place we name in big brand football, if there is a passionate alumni base that's there with them, kicking in dollars left and right, especially in the NIL world, they're all pressure cookers. Every last one of them
this
is
is one of the most.
Everybody's
This is one of the biggest ones, especially because it's been so long and they have that history of winning, and the Florida fans are just so over it.
Right.
Man.
Will
but
not
I'm
disagree
with you. Like at most big programs, it's probably like this, but I mean, I would put this at the
you're
5%,
1%
of most pressure
since the last championship. 17 years.
Mm-hmm. What are you, a mathematician over there?
No, I'm saying it's not.
How many hours has it been?
You can keep saying it's coach, but. There are other reasons, is all I'm saying, okay?
I like I said, I can't. Will Muschamp didn't work. It looked like it was a good hire. It did not work. Dan Mullen.
He just needed one more year, and had he gotten Greer, like McElwain gotten Greer, that thing would have took off. I'm telling you right now.
There's a lot of big ifs, and you're more of a Will fan
because he wouldn't have because Will Greer would not have had that supplement problem if Muschamp was there. No way.
Okay, so that wasn't a pressure cooker. That was a bad leader.
No, it was a pressure cooker. It's always been a pressure cooker. I'm not saying that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, they threatened the man's life.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, a legend.
Family's life.
Legend.
Come on.
You're subscribing to that theory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, all right. You guys chime in.
He just completely made that up out of nowhere.
I love that.
Just out of nowhere, he just makes it up.
And he didn't expect them to ask
idiot, just
for a follow-up.
And then he gave them the fuel to fire him by doing that.
But I figured he would use that as part of his argument, as that pressure cooker.
Yes, well, that's exactly what it was. He panicked.
Yeah, he
didn't know what else to do, so he said, I'm getting threatened. Death threats.
Sharknado. Unbelievable. XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. It's the ultimate ride. He's going to do it! Sunday at Kansas. Bubba Wallace wins at Kansas. NASCAR is revved up by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 on Jacksonville's high-performance NASCAR station. 1010 XL.
Leon Cersei here, your lemon pepper guy. You know Wingstop always delivers. And I'm not talking about their cook-to-order, sauce-to-toss chicken sandwich that comes in 12 mouth-watering flavors. I'm not talking about the house-made ranch, so good that I don't blame you if you double dip. I'm talking about Wingstop delivers straight to your door, and did you know they're open till 1 a.m.? So visit wingstop.com or use the app to get the flavors delivered right to your door late night. Only at Wingstop.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Dr. George Bari. Bari Orthopedics is your choice when it comes to an injury. We're here for you and your loved ones to deliver excellent treatment and care fast the first time. Trust your care in our hands. Get same-day appointments for your injuries with 3 locations. If it hurts, ask us first. Bari Orthopedics.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Spring is here. Time to get your lawn ready before summer heat and bugs set in. Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. They offer preventative chinch bug treatments, pre-emergent weed control, and granular fertilization, all with no contracts. This helps prevent problems before damage occurs, keeping lawns thicker, greener, and stronger. Call today to schedule your spring treatment. Julington Creek Pest Control. Our family serving yours since 1984.
Pickett here for Oceanside Cleaners, the very best in dry cleaning service. Free pickup and delivery, or use their self-service kiosk in Ponte Vedra and Southside for drop-off and pickup. Dry cleaning, laundry, bedding, and bridal gown preservation. If it's got fabric, they can clean it. Oceanside Cleaners.
What's happening, folks? E.T. here, and it's that time of year again for the Taste of Golf at TPC Sawgrass happening April 22nd. Join me for fine cuisine from chefs from the top golf clubs in our area. Craft cocktails, games, and exclusive auction items. This is one of the most impactful charitable events in our area. Come network with a sophisticated audience who is passionate about golf and its values. All proceeds benefit the kids of First Tee North Florida. For tickets, go to tasteofgolf.com.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
What 2 vegetables are combined in making succotash?
When you file a claim with Southern Oak Insurance, we schedule one of our trusted vendors to work directly with you, which means a faster claim resolution. Find out more at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
In order to make succotash, you'll need dry corn and dry beans. Suffering succotash was made famous by Sylvester the Cat.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Now's the perfect time to order logo coffee mugs or maybe a logoed stick brand tumbler. They're seriously ice cold and look great with your company logo. Hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is a week from now, brothers, the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
Week
wait.
from tonight.
Yes, the red carpet.
You're talking dirty to me.
Yes.
I kind of like it.
Listen, our first 3 picks, top 100 picks.
I love that drop, by the way.
love it.
Still the best drop
It
ever.
is the best drop ever. Give me a linebacker DN and give me a linebacker edge and D tackle all day long.
Hang on, let's say that again.
Linebacker, edge, D tackle.
Okay.
First 3 picks. That's what I want.
No guard in there, huh?
Fourth pick will be a guard.
All right.
Keep the pressure on Wylam.
All right.
Make him comfortable. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. I mean, because this is a copycat league. We'll see how the Seahawks showed you that with an elite defense, a run game, and then so quarterback, you can win the Super Bowl.
He led the league in turnovers.
He did
last
14
year.
interceptions.
Yeah, and it's funny because if you go back and look, and I'd have to go back and check this, but Stafford, whenever they were on their run, he was throwing some picks, but also was making a lot of big plays. And Darnold made his share of big plays this year. And so, yeah, he was taking a few more chances, but the defense was the
If I'm not mistaken, I don't
defensive run game was the deal.
I don't think Darnold threw an interception in the playoffs.
No. He
I think you're right over that.
Yeah, I think
because
ran out of string.
I just something in the force told me that he was going to become Darnold in the playoffs,
Yeah.
but it didn't happen.
No ghost. Okay.
My takeaway comes from the text line. 305 says, "Hey fellas, the feds make you do 85%."
Oh, sorry, not 100.
85.
Sounds like a guy that's
However, it's a
been
couple
there.
things. I was just gonna say a couple things. Thanks for the info. One, number two.
Welcome
sounds
to
like a dude
freedom,
that's
bro.
been
I'm
there.
glad you're out.
Yeah. And if you serve 85%,
Florida still can't play.
Holler at me, text me. Drinks on me.
You still haven't won the SEC since 2008.
That's the worst.
Is that the same guy? Okay, whatever, man. See, now you're just trying to rain on their parade, okay?
Look, outside of Spurrier and Meyer, okay, at those eras,
yeah.
What is Florida? I can tell you what they are. They're the same team that I sat there and I think it was '89. Sat in that stadium as a student and watched them lose at home to Memphis. It's the same thing. There's nothing different.
Yeah,
They're just a 7-5, 8-4, occasionally,
you had to go that far
occasionally
back.
9-2 team.
South Florida's your Memphis.
Yeah.
This is what they are.
USF's the new Memphis.
But like, why are you so angry about it?
I'm not angry about it. I don't understand why everybody's like so upset because Billy Napier says there's something wrong there.
Okay, but let's just think about this. LSU.
And I'm not even a Billy Napier fan. You guys know that.
Oh, yes, you are. Right now, you are.
Stop it.
He
Play
gave you
feelings, play
access, and now you're
feelings.
cheerleading
I was the guy
for him.
saying fire him after 2 years.
By the way, my buddy Bruce, part of the Fighting Dukes, he's all fired up to have Billy Napier up there in Harrisonburg. He loves it. But just
Harrisonburg sounds like a fake city name from a sitcom.
That's a general that marched in there and said, "This is mine."
Harrisonburg.
Yeah, Harrisonburg. Just like Gainesville and all those other places, Jacksonville, and everything. All right. So, seriously, Georgia, 2 national champion winning coaches. LSU caught fire with 3 in a row.
Wait, you're not going to compare Florida's football program to Georgia's historically,
No, I'm just
are you?
talking about you're talking like there have been ebbs and flows in a lot of these programs. Tennessee, you don't think there's pressure there? And what has anyone done not named Philip Fulmer? Like, come on. They all have.
There's pressure everywhere at all 135
right, exactly, but
FBS schools.
But they're also when Nick was winning half of every one of them, and Dabo got on his run and all that kind of stuff. There are so many schools that haven't accomplished crap, if you want to put it that way, in terms of
diddly poo.
Yeah, diddly poo in terms of championship runs that they've been on. Honestly,
I look. All I'm saying is, let's look at this thing from a holistic point of view,
a macro point of view.
Outside of Spurrier and Meyer, what is that program?
It's true. It's true. They were 0 for 57, and then they said, "You know what? I'm gonna let you cheat and do whatever you need to do, Charlie." And so
Charlie got that south end zone built, boy, and away it went like a rocket ship.
Yes. And so you do whatever you can, but yes, there's not a whole lot of history there. The great Dan Jenkins line was accurate then and probably still accurate now.
Yes.
The
attitude of Notre Dame and the performance of
Wake Forest.
Of Wake Forest. He didn't use those words, but that's what he meant.
Yeah, basically. So there you are. Okay. So my moment is that I'm looking at 4.
Wait, you're doing a moment now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm just trying to add to this.
All right.
I'm just because look, sometimes we run out of time. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys understand that I'm so fired up about this mock draft. I think it's the best one I've done.
Really?
There's 4 on the defensive side. I didn't get everybody I wanted, but I still feel like I got 4 on the defensive side, and that's the area that I'm most concerned about. And then adding to that tight end room, definitely something needs to happen. Not necessarily crazy that I had to get a running back and a quarterback, but they fell there. And so I'm going to go ahead and take chances with those. But guys that if I'm to land a 3 technique and a nose for the future, and then get a side-to-side predator at the linebacker position.
Yes,
I'm all about that, and that's honestly,
what about a knifing blitzer, run blitzer?
Well, I do think that Anthony Hill Jr. still could also fall under that heading as well. So we'll see. But Derek Moore was out there. I kind of thought about that one just a little bit.
I wouldn't mind a knifing demon.
Yeah,
blitzer.
You better believe it. The number of guys getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground, not enough here in Duval. And the coaches, I think, look at that, acknowledge it, and are going to do something about it. And that is.
You think 56 is an edge?
I don't know. I kind of went back and forth. Edge, linebacker, or defensive tackle. I've gone really all three areas. Like you had Malachi Lawrence. I had Malachi before.
Right. We keep talking about linebacker. What if they're like happy with Ventrell?
They might, but we really don't know. It's the same.
To be fair, he's a pretty good player when he's on the field.
Yeah. And he battled Devin Lloyd, and Devin Lloyd rose to the occasion and became a really, really good off-the-ball linebacker this year. And got him a nice little contract out of it. And so, yeah, they're going to give those guys, the Gardex, the Ventrells, the Combs, all those guys a chance to compete. But I don't think by any means have they done in terms of upgrading the roster.
No, but when you spend $165 million of guaranteed money on two guys particularly, they need to step their game up.
That is true. You are.
I mean, as much as we're looking for people in the draft, we're looking for a banner year for those two bookends.
Yeah, 100% to that, because they have to be integral in a huge.
I don't even know if I'm going to call them bookends. You got to at least establish 20 sacks between the two of you to get bookends.
Yeah, so a couple of double.
I'm just calling them 1099s.
Yeah. But a couple of double-digit sack years for those guys, you will feel totally different about.
I agree.
The secondary.
I'm
and
just
everything.
a little bit concerned that they're both been paid. Just a little bit concerned, because you know what happens when guys get paid.
I still think there's enough evidence out there. If you're coached well, plenty of guys get paid and still make plays.
True, no doubt about it.
So that's really what it boils down.
But I want to let it happen to us, please.
Yes. And look, this year you saw more things happen that hadn't happened in a while. You saw guys make plays that they acquired. You saw guys make plays picking off the football that hadn't done it.
I'm just saying we've seen it everywhere else. Just bring it home, and we see it once.
Yeah, it would be nice. That's for sure.
I think the quarterback's going to not only earn his keep, but he's going to do more. I think he's going to play I think he's going to have an outstanding year this year.
We have not seen the ceiling of 16.
No, I think 16.
His balls are different in person.
I think 16 is going to flat out have a big year.
And Project 16 that Liam Cohen began last year is far from done. He's got the lab coat on, and there's just more to come, which is just awesome.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
Tom McManus here for Armstrong Fence Company, a locally owned and operated business on the First Coast for nearly 20 years. Known for reliability, quality craftsmanship, and professional service, Armstrong Fence handles it all, from big projects like stadiums and schools to your very own backyard. They build a wicked strong fence, and they do it right the first time. When you need a fence in Jacksonville, trust Armstrong Fence Company. Yeah, we did the fence.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Picture this. Steaks on the grill, drinks in hand, your crew gathered around a brand new outdoor kitchen. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living makes it happen. From kitchens to fire pits, they do it all. CSSFireplaces.com. You dream it, they build it.
What if your next fun day out costs you $70 to play all day? That's exactly what you get at the Battalion Airsoft Arena, the only indoor airsoft battlefield in Jax. Skip the same old boring entertainment choices and step into real action with your crew. Perfect for birthdays, company team building, graduation parties, or just epic weekend fun. No experience, no problem. The Battalion package includes everything: gun, mask, and ammo with unlimited play. So lock in your mission now at BattalionAirsoftArena.com.
Yeah, I know how awful it is to get injured, but not like my friend Tom, who got rear-ended last year. Tom McManus here. Morgan & Morgan can help you. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. 1,000 lawyers, 100 offices across the nation, and over $30 billion recovered. And guess what? They don't get a single penny unless you do. A proven track record with backup. Hard to find these days, but not with Morgan & Morgan. For the people, that's right. Get injured due to someone's neglect, get paid. Dial pound law or check out forthepeople.com.
Baseball is back. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball at the newly renovated ViStar Ballpark is your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game and kids around the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Hey gang, Prosser here for my friends Chad and Sandy. What are your concerns? What struggles do you anticipate when it comes time to sell your home? What is it that bothers you? What's keeping you from getting max money as quickly as possible? Well, I don't know what those reasons are because I know they're all silly. Because Chad and Sandy have one down-to-the-line guarantee. Your home sold guaranteed, or they will buy it. It'll be at a price and a rate that you agree upon beforehand. So if you need to sell now, fast, easy, stress-free, and you need max price, then you need Chad and Sandy. The government's making moves intended to push mortgage rates lower. The last time rates dropped, we saw a selling and buying frenzy. Now's the time to prepare. It's time to call Chad and Sandy. Darcy in San Jose did. I wanted to move to a more walkable, vibrant area. Within 3 days of working with Chad and Sandy's team, I found the perfect home. They do it stress-free with a guarantee. Go to chadandsandy.com or call 414-6200. That's chadandsandy.com.
Are you in the doghouse or maybe have a special occasion soon? It's funny how Kuhn Flowers can take care of any situation. Max Fink here, and anytime I've needed to make her happy, I rely on Kuhn Flowers to make that happiness happen. There's only one, KuhnFlowers.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
Turn is on it. Bumped Curry. Three. Good! 34 for Curry. Jemski is there. The Warriors have won. The Golden State Warriors have won. 4 steals for Draymond Green. 2 late in the game.
First off, great call there, Kevin Harlan. And when you think about what Steph has done coming back, who knows how far Golden State will be able to take it. But he lit it up last night. As we said, the 4th play-in game where he's had 35 points or more. And then Draymond, even though you can get mad and say this guy's this, he's a dirty player, he plays his fanny off and makes stuff happen.
So is this their farewell tour?
It is. It is.
Draymond and Steph.
Yeah, and
last time together.
Do you think the coach will ride off in the sunset as well? Because there's at least been a lot of chatter about that.
There's rumors that Steph might go to Charlotte when he gets the opportunity.
And
and Kerr has previously said that he will coach the team as long as Steph is there.
It's a good way to good qualifier.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just going to attach myself to one of the greatest players of all time. It's pretty smart to me.
Yeah, and then I'll be done. Phil did it for a while. And
Phil did it with multiple greatest players of all time.
Is Steph in your top 10 greatest of all time?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's it's a good argument, and he probably would be.
How did you hesitate, JJ?
No, I'm saying he is.
Yeah,
but I was about to say something that is going to make you guys trip out. I think he's better than Kobe. I'd put him above Kobe Bryant.
I not do that.
Yeah, I knew that you guys would do that.
But he's such a good shooter.
You put him above Bird?
Not Bird.
That's a good
I've never
discussion.
even seen Bird play, so leave me out of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Leon just looked over at me.
But you always,
I don't know.
try and think of guys that obviously in their time.
I'd put him over Timmy, who a lot of people love. I love Timmy too.
Wow, that's a hot take. I think. I
Put
don't
him
know.
over the big fundamental.
The fundamental. And we're talking about guys.
So where's the fundamental with you? He's got to be like what, 6 for you?
He's 6.
Yeah, because he did everything. Like Steph is great, but
Steph's probably behind him. You're right. You're right. Steph's probably about 9.
The fundamental just did
probably about
everything.
9, 10.
What, he got 5 rings? And he got the rings in the Kobe Shaq.
Steph's got what? 4?
He didn't need KD for all his rings.
And he didn't need to score either. He would score when he had to, score when necessary, but he just did so many other things.
Steph didn't need KD either.
No, Steph's got 2 without KD.
Right.
Never a spotlight seeker. There's a lot of good about the fundamental. But, yeah, Steph Curry would be up there. Yeah, so he lit it up last night. American Electrical can light up your world, residential, commercial, whatever you are looking for. Trust local electricians that have been in Duval for over a quarter century. Log on american-electrical.com. So
we should spend a segment on that when the playoffs start, like the top 10 of all time.
It's funny.
You know who gets left out all the time? Wilt.
Well, yeah.
I
all the time.
I'm not saying I argue for Wilt all the time, but you are.
You know who else does?
Correct. He gets largely.
There's another
ignored.
one who does. Kareem.
Yeah, he gets largely ignored.
Kareem is on every top 10.
Kareem still
gets.
No,
dude. I don't know.
Yes, he is.
Kareem gets listed more than Wilt.
Dude,
Because
Kareem, you can make an argument for Kareem for top 5.
There's people from back in that era that will swear on their that Wilt was not even close to the player that Kareem or Bill Walton or excuse me. Bill Russell was.
Bill Russell, yeah.
And he just wasn't a team player. He was all about himself. He was all about his stats. And so I don't know, but I've heard a lot of people from that era say that about Wilt.
Yeah. That sounds like this era.
It does.
The me guy?
Yeah, the me guy.
And I honestly, if that is kind of the accounting of some, that's interesting. But they had to go through an era where you couldn't dunk and all that kind of stuff, and just still did so many damn good things for the franchises that he was a part of. And even though he didn't have as many rings as a Laker as Kareem did and all that kind of stuff.
JJ, I wish you could have saw the skyhook, man.
That takes away from it.
I've seen plenty of videos.
A little bit. Oh, yeah.
So good.
And everyone, those types, while we're talking about old heads, people say, Bill Russell's so underrated, man. He didn't have the stats. But, he had the rings.
We have 9 titles? 9, is that right?
I think more than that. I'll look it up.
I believe it was 10 and 11. 10 over an 11-year period. Does that sound right? And Mr. Jones, who lived right there at the Golf Club of Southampton, another guy who Sam had 10, I believe, didn't he? He had 10.
He had 9 or 10, yeah.
Yeah, 9 or 10. All right, speaking of rings.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
We just went down the road of the greatest top 10 NBA players. So, yeah.
11 for Bill Russell.
Well, 11 titles. And so,
who's that?
Yeah, Bill Russell.
Oh
my gosh, yeah. And so you knew something. Like Boston College, it was Bill Russell v. Tom McManus in the city of Boston, was it not?
Well, Larry Bird was pretty big. No Tom McManus.
Birdie, pretty good player, huh?
Yeah, Larry Bird was something else. Boston's got a history of sports people, obviously. How you guys doing?
Good.
Look, you good, man. We're going to talk draft. What else are we going to talk about, right?
1 week left.
I know. Any bold move? Into the first round at all?
I don't think so. I think it's too costly. At least that's my judgment of it.
I would love it, though.
Especially when you're talking about a Les Snead disciple. Because what they do, they trade away first-round picks to do whatever they want to fortify the roster in a different way.
Would Brian Thomas get you high in the first round or just mid, or what do you think?
I think mid. I think it would have to be, I think, outside of 17 and down would be my guess.
Okay.
Just a total guess. Yeah. But I don't think they're done with him.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
I'm just hypothetical.
Yeah.
If the right package comes,
I'm with you, man.
You never know.
Like you said, a week
They
left.
didn't draft him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm married to him.
No
bond.
Good to see you guys.
Thank you, buddy. All right, so.
I love how Tommy just walks in, drops a bomb, and walks out.
Yeah, he does. He goes, you never know. You never know.
I'd be all right with that. I would not be like, I would not fret over that. Let's put it that way.
Well,
if you used him to get in the first round,
right,
and get what you want.
I think there's a lot of good that's still ahead for him, and I may just be pie in the sky, the offseason optimist, but I want to know what we're getting if we're giving up that, is what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Because a bold move was made a year ago, and we don't quite know whether that's going to work. So let's just see.
The unicorn.
Yeah, just keep fortifying the roster.
Unicorn.
Yeah. Keep fortifying. We are done. It's so negative. XL Primetime. Big Sirs, Matty, Josie, and JJ.